Hello guys, Panzer36 here. Today I figured we'd do a channel update because I don't have a video planned for this week and I can do this on the fly. And yeah, it's basically the only thing I can do. So it's also been a little while since the last channel update, so I figured it'd be a good idea to kind of show you guys some stuff I've been working on, because I've actually been making progress on things and doing actually some pretty good work. So I got some videos coming up. So I've got some stuff I've been working on. I got some new kits and stuff. But I figured we start this time with the kits I've been working on in progress and stuff like that, and then we'll look at kits and stuff afterwards. So to start off, I figured we'd look at the Panzer 1 here, because I've actually been like weathering and stuff like that. And I just actually did the whitewash, sorry, not the whitewash, the chipped sand camo, basically like a whitewash, but sand. I did that this morning actually, and it came out pretty well. I know when I did like the build video like 2 months ago, I said, oh, I'll have the full weathering video up in a couple of weeks for you. Kind of stalled out for a little bit because I was having trouble deciding on what color to use for the camouflage pattern. I basically needed like the earlier, darker RAL 8000. And I didn't want to use the AK real color because I was having a little bit of trouble hairspray chipping them well, so I decided I'd go with Tamiya, and I got a Tamiya color, but it was kind of too light. Good for later stuff, but then Adam Man recommended that I get the Tamiya Desert Yellow, which is very, very good. So thank you, Mr. Adam Man, for recommending the right paint. But it's looking pretty good. And there will be, of course, a full weathering video on this one, because I plan to do a bunch of weathering videos. I've already done like a whitewash on yellow, and I've already done yellow with green camo. This will be, I guess, DAC, or like desert German camo. Then I'll also do like olive drab, Russian 4BO green, and Panzer gray also. Though this is kind of Panzer gray, because actually I did like a full weathering of the Panzer gray underneath, hoping that some of the chipping would show through, and it kind of does. Like in some of the heavier areas of chipping, you can kind of see some of the previous chipping, but like 90% of it is completely gone. But whatever, I kind of just want to show chipping and stuff in the video, and just because some people might not want to do a sand camo, they might just want to chip a gray tank, so whatever, it looks good, and I'm pretty sure you can still see some of it like around here and stuff, so it's looking good. I'm happy with it. The color, I'm happy with how it came out. It looks right. I'm gonna put on some more numbers, like actual, as you can see, basically I have the markings on underneath there for the gray, with the numbers and everything there, and then I'm gonna put over top of those some different numbers for when these were sent and renumbered in Africa. So that's kind of what's next, and then I'll have to do like a pit and wash, some more oil work, and then of course some kind of sandy stuff on the lower hull. But that'll all be in the weathering video. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for obvious reasons, but you know, whatever, it's just history. People get upset, I don't care. It's my tank and it's looking pretty good. So that's probably the most weathering progress I've done in anything lately. Lots of building, not much weathering honestly, but at least I'm making progress and I'm working towards a couple of videos. The other tank I've been working on lately, kind of weathering, is this guy here. This is the upgunned Stug 3 C/D from Bronco. I also did a full weathering, or a full build video on this one actually, and I'm also working on a full weathering video as well. And basically all I've been doing for the past like maybe 4 months on this thing is just the winter whitewash, because that's basically all been done by hand with a brush. I mean, I did like hairspray. I kind of did a little bit of hairspray chipping of little blobs and stuff like that, but it looked kind of weird because it looked like it had been sprayed on, like it was white and I hairspray chipped it. And I was like, that it wouldn't have been sprayed on, it would have been just like put on with a mop. And this is based off of the real vehicle. There was one of these made, and when you look at the photos you can see it has a camo like this. Not exactly like this, I didn't trace the exact same locations for the camouflage, but it's, I mean, everything I've done on the tank, all the modifications, everything like that, has been to match that photo. So I'm trying to do the same kind of camouflage. So basically after that hairspray chipping with a little couple of blobs and stuff like that, I kind of connected them and kind of made them more messy and runny and everything like that with a brush, just with a paintbrush, and this stuff here, which is the AK Interactive Washable White Paint. There, it's very good stuff. You can like hairspray chip and like paint that stuff on with an airbrush, and it kind of chips nicely and also kind of runs. But I did it all by hand because you can actually brush it on and then kind of streak it around and wash it around, and it looks really good. So I have a full video on this, but so far the video is just like an hour of me just brushing this stuff on, so I'm going to have to edit most of that out. But it was basically all done by hand, and it looks awesome. Kind of what you can see down there between the wheels is basically what I'd done before with the airbrush. And then I kind of connected them all into this kind of like brushed on pattern and stuff like that. And I also kind of had some fun making little rings where I figured they'd put the buckets full of white paint when they were kind of painting it on with brushes and stuff. If you can see those little guys there. Pretty fun. Lots of slow, tedious work. I've been kind of just, every once in a while I'd come in and just do like a little panel and stuff and kind of work in sections, but I'm very happy with how it came out. It's definitely something different for a whitewash because it's not just all white or airbrushed on. It's all done by hand. It looks kind of like the real thing. So I am very happy with that. And like I said, full weathering video on that guy coming up eventually. I also painted up both of these guys here. This is the initial Stug 3G by Dragon. This is the Sturma Pizza 42 G by Dragon. Built these up a while back and I was kind of waiting to paint them. And I painted them because I want to try out the AK Real Color paints. And I'm probably not going to weather them for a while. I just want to try out the paints and do the camouflages, but I am very happy with them. And the AK Real Color paints are very good. This one here is the second late tropical scheme. Yeah, so it's these two guys by AK, which are like bang on. So yeah, the base is this color here, which is like that kind of almost pinkish yellow color, which is 80-20, and then the camouflage is this guy here, which is 70-27. And they look like 100% accurate to the photos I've seen. And it's, yeah, it was really fun painting the camouflage. I tried out my new airbrush, which is a Badger Renegade, or Badger Chrome Renegade, whatever it is. And that really helped with the camouflage pattern. So it looked really, really good. I'm happy with that. This guy here, I base painted it with the AK Real Colors Dunkelgelb, which is RAL 7028, which also looks very, very good. So it's basically just what I already mixed up from like 3 different Tamiya paints. The camouflage pattern colors aren't AK, it's just Tamiya, but it's, I'll try out the AK Real Color. I got a whole bunch of AK Real Color paints. I bought them all and they're really expensive, but they look good. So I will try them all out and give you guys like a painting review sort of thing. But this guy camouflage, also very happy with that. Had to redo the roof because I didn't like it at first, but this is also done with my new airbrush, and I think it looks very, very good. It's a cool camouflage. I went more for like the late war kind of larger squiggles kind of look. And eventually I will have a weathering video on this one. I actually filmed the camouflage painting for this guy, and if I do a weathering video I'll probably include in that. Otherwise I'll just give you guys a painting video on camouflage. This guy didn't film it because I figured I'm already giving you guys enough Stug videos, so I'll focus my videos on other things I'm working on. I also built these two guys here. This is Dragon's SIG 33B, and that's Dragon's weird 2005 Expo M4 Sherman Albin F. Urzik. Don't buy the Sherman. I did post-build reviews in both these. This is good. This is bad. But it came out looking good in the end. I'm happy with both of them. The Sherman is built for Shane Smith's Armored Thunderbolt M4 Sherman group build, which is on Facebook and also kind of on YouTube as well. Shane Smith does very awesome Sherman videos. If you don't know about his channel, you should really check him out because he does very good videos on, well, mainly Shermans and also really good figure painting, and he does other things as well. Like I've seen him doing a German half-track recently. It's been very, very good. So I will, well, as you can see, the Sherman doesn't have tracks, so I will have to get some Kaizen tracks for it because the kit tracks were unusable. So I'm going to get some Kaizen tracks. And then I will then weather it up in a video showing how to weather olive drab, because olive drab is kind of special in how it should weather, I guess. It'll be like a full hour-long video like everything else I do. And that'll be for Shane Smith's group build. As for the SIG 33 here, I just built it up because I had built the Kaizen Winterketten and I wanted to put them on something. So got the SIG 33 and I put them on there. It looks pretty good. I don't really have any idea when I'll finish that guy. I just kind of want to build it. At least I finished the build, not did it halfway and gave up or lost interest or whatever, but it's looking good. When I eventually weather it, it'll just be gray with winter tracks and snow on it, but no winter camo because that's interesting and cool. And currently I'm building this, which is Mini Arts Stug 3 Zero Series prototype. It's one of the prototype Stug 3s. There were 5 of them made. As you can see, it's on a weird chassis. It's the Panzer 3 Aus B chassis, which looks kind of like a Panzer 4 chassis, but is not. I've just basically done the suspension so far. It's a good kit so far. A little bit of flash in some of the suspension components like the bogies, but It's honestly been very good, and mainly what's been really good is the fit has been really, really just clean and everything. Especially you can see all those little like this suspension looks like it'll be absolutely terrible in like war, but you know you can see all those little guys in there. It all fit very, very well, so that was really good. And honestly, the rest of the build shouldn't take too long. Just been kind of plugging at it in little bits of spare time. So hopefully most of you are still around and haven't gotten bored, but I know that my videos can be quite long because I talk lots. Because I get excited about my kits, melee stokes. But I figured now we'd talk about more of the kind of like things I've got. And also, please excuse my scruffiness, but it's summer and I'm being kind of lazy. But I got a lot of kits because I had a couple of like modeling shows, my birthday and stuff. Also, I got a whole bunch of the AK real color paints. I've got basically all the tropical colors, the two ones talked about earlier, as well as the two other ones talked about earlier. So 820, 7027, 8000, and 7008. These are like Tiger 131 camo colors. Also got like Dunkelgelb and the olive green and rot brown, like German red and green colors. I got German gray and brown for earlier war stuff, and I got Russian 4BO as well as the flat whites in case I need to lighten anything, like their German dark gray, which is very, very dark. So I've tried out some of these guys like I was talking about. They're very, very good. Don't hairspray chip super well, but they kind of do shortly after you paint. It's kind of like when you hairspray chip with Tamiya lacquer. You can do it well kind of quickly, but after a while like it quickly drops off the amount of like chip ability they have, basically. Just because lacquers dry really, really quick, so and dry really hard. But like I said, I'll give you guys like a full kind of review on how they spray and also how good the colors look, to me at least. And I'll compare them to similar Tamiya colors like the Tamiya German gray and German yellow and stuff, because I guess that's basically what they're most comparable to, because they kind of look exactly the same in the jar at least. So I got a whole bunch of those. I bought them all myself, so it's not like a paid review or anything like that, which I'll never do for you guys, by the way. Always unbiased reviews on my channel. I also got a bunch of like little resin accessories like stowage stuff and like a Stug engine and other stuff like that. I won't bore you with that. Oh, but what I should show you is I got some of the Archer resin, like, well, I shouldn't go too close. These are like Archer, they're just weld seams, but they're like decals and they're resin, so you just kind of cut them out. They're like decals, you put them on and it's like a weld seam. Very, very good. They're expensive, but they'll probably last me a while considering I want to use like, you know, that much of it on a couple of projects. But that's very, very good. So like I was saying, there's also a couple of modeling shows here. I only went to one of them, but somebody bought me a kit, another one, so I guess I went to two, sort of. There was the, what was it? I forget what it was called, but it was like the 2018 Amps Nationals or something. I forget. I don't even know what it was called, but it was a good show. It was in late March, and it was in Toronto, basically. It's just a city near here in Canada. And I met a couple of guys there. I think about 4 different guys saw me and said hello and chatted with me quickly, which was very, very nice. I know I'm super awkward, and I'm not fun to chat with sometimes, but because I don't know what to say. But thank you very much for approaching me. It's kind of cool. And yeah, if you ever see me, just say hello. I don't mind at all. It's cool. I'll just try not to be too awkward for you guys. So at a couple of those shows, I got some kits, and like I was saying, also my birthday. So there was a show last weekend, kind of in the same place, a similar type of show, similar location. One of my buddies from a local club was there, and he saw this and basically asked me if I wanted it, which is the, I know I've already built this one, yes. This is the Stug 3 by Cyber Hobby, or Dragon, same thing. And it's with the Flüssiggas Entry, which is like the liquefied petroleum gas system. So basically it uses like, not fuel, it uses like a LPG gas to run instead. And it's just like a weird Stug 3 because it's got like a Panzer 3 hull, it's like a rebuilt one. Basically it's just based off of a photo of one that existed. And I did it once before, kind of as like a more what if thing where I kind of modified a little more. So I kind of want to do it again and make it look like the actual one that existed. So, I don't know, it's a good price, so why not? I'll do it someday. That's what I say every time I buy something and put it in the stash for like 5 years. I'll build it someday. Whatever. Alright, so at the show I was actually at, I bought more things, including those Archer transfers and a bunch of like stowages and stuff like that. I got this, which is, I don't even know like really what it is. I looked it up and there was like one of these made. It was like a prototype for the Martyr series or something like that. Basically, it took a Panzer 38T and they put this box on it and they put the gun from a Stug 3. And that's about it. And I saw it and I saw a Stug 3 gun and I'm like, yes, I will take that. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like a weird martyr looking thing. I know you can see kind of better what it looks like on the sides there. There's like a roof and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And it was a even better price. It's like 30 Canadian dollars, which is like 5 US. It's more like 25, you know. And it looks pretty good. So I actually kind of want to build that one. It's got like a full interior because it's one of the 38T, so it's got like the engine, I think. It should at least. I think it has an engine. I don't know, whatever. It's got a pretty good interior. And it's definitely got an interior with a fighting compartment too, so as you can tell, I don't even know, like, I just bought it because it looked cool and had a stun gun. I don't even know what the heck the thing is, so it's pretty good. Also got this for my birthday. Yes, this is not the show, it's my birthday. And this is awesome. It's a Panzer 3 out of H. Basically like a desert version. And I will be building this very soon in a little buddy build. So I don't know when, maybe in a couple months or so. But yes, I'll be building that soon. Also for my birthday, I got kind of the opposite, a Russian T-34-76. I built almost the exact same thing. I built the early version of the 112 factory. But it was a very good kit, and this is also a very good kit. So I look forward to that for sure. There's a Russian group build going on Facebook currently, and I'm going to enter either this or my Russian M4A2 Sherman, because I got to enter something in that because it's cool, and I need to build more Russian stuff because I just built Stug 3s now, it seems. More stuff. More stuff I bought the show. This is something weird. It's not a tank. I bought a submarine because it's cool. It's a kilo class, and it was like $7.50. And she got two. It's supposed to be $10 each, but the guy was like, "You want two for 15?" And I was like, "Hell yes," because then I could give one to my brother and maybe make him build a kit. My younger brother. So mainly the reason why I bought this was because I'm playing the video game lately called Cold Waters. I'm sure some of you guys have heard about that. It's like a submarine strategy, real-time kind of. It's almost like dogfighting because it's like submarine warfare. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But it's a very good game. It's very fun, very stressful, like all stealth games are. And if you guys watch like the Mighty Jingles or Captain Jack Turkey, you know all about that game. It's a very fun game. And I saw this and I was like, yes, I want to do a submarine. There's also like one sprue in this thing. Like you open up, you basically have a sprue for the hull halves, and there's a sprue for like the conning tower and the planes, and the that's it. And then there's like a base, and then there's a one piece of photo etch, which is the name that goes on the base plaque. So yeah, I could build that in like an afternoon. I don't know. I kind of want to build it because it's cool and something different. I don't know when actually, I might enter this in the Russian group because it's kind of cool, but definitely something different. And lastly, this is even more not a tank. It's a Gundam. I have slowly been building Gundams in the background. I know this is considered a heresy to most people, but I don't care. It's kind of cool. This is like a special. It's a larger scale Gundam than most, and it's just like a cool one that I kind of wanted to get this kit for a while. And I got it for a good price at another convention I was at in Toronto during a vacation. So that was also kind of cool. You probably won't see that. If I weather it, I'll probably do like a weird standard weathering procedure video where instead of a tank, it's a Gundam, just because it's kind of cool. But yeah, that's all the kits I've got recently, not including the Stug 3 prototype, or the Sherman, or the SIG 33B I showed earlier, which are already kind of being built. These are all the ones I've got that I haven't even touched yet. But yeah, it's been a little while, so I got lots of stuff to pick up. Also, like things I might start building soon. That Panzer 3, as well as my Zimmerted Tiger, featuring fuels and extra stuff I got for it, for Adam Mann's Tiger 75th anniversary group build on Facebook. So I need to build Tiger because I haven't built Tiger in a while, and people like Tigers. It's got Zimmerit, it looks really cool. So that'll be one of my upcoming builds. Yeah, let's look at some more stuff. You may remember that last year for Christmas I got this book here, which is like the Stug 3 Bible. It's very actually, if you're interested in building Stug 3 kits and you're interested in like history and stuff like that, this is a very good book to get. This is the Sturmgeschütz by Muller and Zimmerman, Volume 2. And it kind of goes over, like I guess it says here, various modifications, technical drawings, and you know, it's got like tons of photos in there. There's a bunch of like 1/35 scale drawings in the back that show like major versions of Stug 3, like they go through and it's like all the Stug 3s you'll ever need to know. Very, very cool. And also at the beginning, if you're interested, it goes through and it's like, what kind of front armor do you want on your Stug 3 and when it was used, and it's basically like this about every single part of the tank. It's very, very complicated, and I've almost memorized it basically, which is kind of a bad sign, but yes. But there's also Volume 1, which was sent to me by Jan Boyarp, hope I'm saying that right. He's on YouTube, and he's always in the comment section of my videos. He's a very nice guy. He sent me this book, which is the same thing, but it's Volume 1, so it's more like the, I guess, more like the history aspects of it, if you're interested more in, I guess, history. And it's really, really cool, and it goes over a bunch of, like a whole bunch of cool drawings in there too and stuff. So it kind of completes the series with that book. And if you're really interested in Stug 3, so I would recommend that you get this and the other one, because they're basically all you ever need to know about them. Like, that's basically all right there. And I knew he was going to send me that, but he also tossed in a couple of awesome things as well, which are this coffee mug here, which is, I didn't choose the Stug Life, the Stug Life chose me, which is very good because I'm now on coffee. I wasn't before, but I've started a, well, you know, like a 9-to-5 job, so I'm now on coffee. So that's very useful for me. And he also sent me a shirt with the same thing on it. So super thank you to Jan. That is awesome. I love Stug. Everybody knows I love Stugs. But yeah, super thank you. It's very kind that you, first of all, sent me the book and also tossing those two as like a surprise. It's awesome. And I wore another railway shirt for you this time, because last time you noticed my Grand Trunk Western, so now you get Quebec and Gatineau. I like railway shirts for some reason. They're kind of cool. So that's about it for this video, guys. As always, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're interested in a couple of projects I'll have coming up soon. Probably the next thing you'll see is stuff about this guy here, the Panzer 1, because I basically just got to do a little bit more weathering on that guy, and it should be done. So maybe next week, hopefully you'll get the final reveal. The week after that, standard weathering procedure video if I have the time for that, but it'll take a while to edit because, you know, it's sorting through 8 hours of raw footage and getting it down to an hour, so you guys don't get too bored and die watching it. But that's my next plan, because after I did that airship shipping, I'm all excited to get this guy back up and running again. And also, somebody asked me to do a video on weathering exhaust, so maybe I'll have that in a separate video just on another tank that I have lying around or something like that, because exhaust weathering is kind of cool and fun, and I have a nice technique for that I want to show you guys all about. Yes, so that's about it for this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching very much. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, post them in below. Yeah. And always huge thanks to patrons who support me and give me a little bit of money every month, which helps me buying things like all those AK real color paints, because they're really expensive for some reason. And also some of the kits I bought too, and all the resin accessories, stuff like that. And the patrons are Gary Wayne Bradford, Stephen Eldridge, Philip Kruger, Stanislav Koyanek, sorry. I'm not good with names that aren't Canadian English. Ricky from Ryan's Painting, Harry Ainsworth, Chris Course, Ian Sustrick, Johnny Foxtrot, Richard Ward, John Butler, Sam Murphy, Jihan Ju, Barry Olish, and Jun Yi. You guys are all very generous in supporting me. It means a lot. And also huge thanks to Dr. EO, who supports me the same way, but through PayPal. Yeah, like I was saying, can't thank you guys enough. It means a lot that you actually support me. Yeah, so I guess I should finally actually wrap up the video like I've been doing for the past 2 minutes. Thanks for watching very much, like I said. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, and happy modeling.